When I woke up from the blackout, I realized my whole body was buried in the freezing dirt. The soil slowed down the loss of oxygen in my suit and gave me a chance to survive. When I tried to move, I found a piece of wire had pierced straight through my body. I fought through the pain and forced myself to stand. After stumbling back to the base, I pulled the wire out of my stomach with shaking hands. Thankfully, I treated it in time. It hadn't damaged any vital organs, but the base's communication system was completely destroyed. I was stuck on this barren planet Mars. My crewmates had already returned to Earth. No one knew I was still alive. Every night, storms threatened to tear down my shelter. 3 days later, the sky finally cleared. I started looking for a way to save myself. I'm not gonna die. But the next mission to Mars was 4 years away, and the food supply in the base could only last a year. Just when I was about to lose hope, I found a bag of potatoes in the storage locker. I'm a botanist.
Mars will come to fear my botany powers.
I collected the leftover waste my crewmates left behind and turned my workroom into a makeshift greenhouse. I spread a layer of Martian soil enriched with that waste, but potatoes need a lot of water, and Mars doesn't exactly have water lying around. Then I thought about the leftover rocket fuel. Using iridium as a catalyst, I managed to break it down into nitrogen and hydrogen. I lit some wood chips as a fire source. Burning hydrogen would give me water. When the experiment worked, I cheered out loud. I had overlooked the fact that my breathing changed the oxygen level. The second time, I wore my helmet during the process. Soon, tiny drops of water collected on the plastic sheet. The water problem was finally solved. 2 weeks later, the potatoes I planted started to sprout. Before long, I had my first harvest of real potatoes on Mars. I stored the bigger ones as food and replanted the smaller ones. With a steady food source secured, I began searching for more ways to stay alive. One day, while studying the Mars map, I spotted a familiar landmark. I jumped into the rover and headed out. After 15 days of driving across the Martian surface, I finally reached the spot. Digging through the sand, I uncovered the Mars Pathfinder, launched back in 1997. I knew this probe had the ability to send images back to Earth. Scientists on Earth also spotted my movements and brought up a replica of the probe. Soon, the two systems synced successfully. Through image transmissions, I finally made contact with Earth.